Welcome to uh, Focus on the Candidates. My guest today is round two with Jeffrey Young, and Jeff is going to talk about the new party he's created. And I was just telling Jeff if what he says can resonate to other candidates throughout the country, and they would be brave enough to possibly talk about experiences that they've had, we could change the way things are done in this country. So, Jeff, you, after all those, you know, election frauds and stuff, you're taking a bold move. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Well, in 2024, a friend of mine named Jeff Sebesta, my best friend who has worked on a number of my campaigns in the past, thought of the idea of forming a new party called the Kentucky Party.
Mhm.
So it was his idea, and after a while, he convinced me that it would be a wonderful thing to do. And um, And then we were joined by another person, Anna Keller, who has been a political activist for many years on different issues. And so the three of us got together in the summer of 2024 and drafted bylaws of this new party.
Mhm.
So that's how it got started. And so it
So
was,
at that point, when you decided to do a brand new party, was this after Biden stepped aside and Harris stepped into the a role of candidate for president?
no, it was back, I think around May or June. I don't remember. It was around the time when Biden was being ushered into the nomination
Okay,
by the DNC.
okay, okay. So you're specifically dealing with the new party in Kentucky. So the three, you and your two friends got together, and what happened next?
Well, it took us a few months because, you know, we all had ideas and we worked through them all.
Hmm.
Uh, and so we came up with bylaws that are unique, and to my knowledge, in of any political party in the United States. They're unique because they're only 7 pages long,
Okay.
and that is very unusual.
So Jeff, you said at some point that you ran as a green.
Yeah,
So do you think that, well, in the state of Kentucky, that the Greens are not a viable party for your state? And that's one of the reasons why you formed this new party. Is that correct?
pretty much. Um,
Okay.
Back in the summer when we were working on bylaws, I was proposing that this new party, the Kentucky Party, try to affiliate itself with the Green Party of the U.S. and become just another state Green Party associated with them, but without the Green name. At that time, and for I guess many years, the Kentucky Green Party has been very inactive. They've got over the years approximately 2,500 registered members of the Kentucky Green Party, but only about a handful, half a dozen of them are active in any way, and the ones who are active can't seem to get their stuff together and do anything.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I was thinking of the Kentucky Party as a replacement, but my two friends argued against that, and it took me a couple months until I dropped my idea, and so we didn't become a Green Party affiliate. But what we did do is get Jill Stein, the Green candidate for president in 2024, to come to Kentucky twice. And she talked with us and other activists uh, two times. And we raised the question at the second time she came. Um, uh, Jill, would you be willing to run in Kentucky for president as a Kentucky Party nominee?
Oh,
And if you agree, we will get the signatures for you.
uh-huh.
It takes 5,000 signatures in Kentucky,
Hmm.
um, which is fewer than a lot of the other states. You know, other states have, I mean, I think 5,000 signatures is outrageously high
You
for,
know how much it is in New York State?
it's huge. I don't know how many, it's hundreds of thousands. What, do
It's
you know?
75,000, and we
Yeah.
have and a third party candidate has to get 75,000 signatures within a month's time.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's much worse
Hmm.
than Kentucky, but I still think it's outrageous, but it's biased against third parties all across this country, because the two parties make the rules.
Right.
Anyway, she agreed, and uh, she had paid petition gatherers working with us, volunteers, and we got the signature. We got I don't know 7,500. We always try to
Good.
get 50% more,
Oh,
just in case somebody challenge. Yeah, usually
right.
the Democrats who challenge ballots, but nobody challenged it. 7,500, I guess, was enough to scare them away, and they didn't challenge Jill Stein, so she got on the ballot and was on every ballot in Kentucky for president, along with Butch Ware, her vice presidential candidate. But she didn't get the 2% needed to make the Kentucky Party. Let's see, what does that do? It reduces the number of signatures we have to gather for any
Okay.
of our candidates.
Okay.
It doesn't give us a state-funded, state-sponsored primary, so we would still have a convention every year.
Okay.
But it would, if she had gotten 2%, um, then we would have had to do much less work in the future. But anyway,
Okay.
she got less than 1%, unfortunately, and didn't do all that well in any other state. Maybe Michigan she did pretty well, but Americans are not real willing to consider third parties at this particular time.
Do you think do you think that Americans are not willing, or do you think it's the weakness of the Green Party?
Oh no, I think it's American voters vote only for things like president. You know, maybe for lower officers offices they'd consider a third party candidate, but for president, it's always one of the big two.
Okay. Okay, so now you have formed the party, correct?
Yeah, we had our founding convention in November of 2024,
Okay.
and we filled our 7 member executive committee, which
Mhm.
basically runs the party in between annual conventions,
Mhm.
like the DNC and the RNC. So yeah, we're real happy with the people we got. Well, almost all of them were activists for Palestine.
Okay.
So although we have a very short set of bylaws and our platform is extremely short, I'll just tell you the platform right now.
Okay, go ahead.
We're anti-war,
Okay.
anti-imperialist, pro-peace. That's one plank. And our
All right.
other plank is we're against corruption. We want to clean up all corruption in Kentucky. That's our entire platform right there.
Wow.
And I could say other things like we're all about debating. Nobody else debates anymore. We're all about having as many debates as possible
Mhm.
for everybody, not just Kentucky Party members, but we want everybody to debate everything. That
Okay.
you could say that's our third plank. But the main two substantive planks are anti-war and anti-corruption.
So, statewide, how many members do you have in your new party?
I don't know. There's a little problem at the Kentucky Board of Elections where whenever somebody registers for the Kentucky Party, uh, they're listed as other. They don't keep track of us
Right.
separately. So I've been calling the State Board of Elections periodically, asking when they're going to get their system to list the Kentucky Party as separate from other.
Mhm.
But I'd say about 50.
Okay. So, how many active or activists do you have that are going to run for office?
Yeah,
And
we're working on that all the time. So
okay.
we just got one yesterday at
Oh,
our
good.
annual at our monthly executive committee meeting. We invited a person to fill one vacant seat on the seven-member executive committee. And so he'll probably become the seventh member, fill that vacancy. But he was really interested in running for the U.S. House of Representatives in the sixth district, which is where I live, and we were happy to say we'll help him in whatever way we can.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great conversation and a great meeting. So we have a candidate for that. Um, I'm going to be running for the Kentucky House in my little section of Lexington, my little district. I've decided to start at near the bottom, uh, as opposed to running for governor or U.S. Congress, U.S. House for during next year. The next year and a half, I'll be running for the Kentucky House and actually hoping to win.
That's like the state legislature.
That's right, exactly.
Okay.
And I think, I've lived in Kentucky since 1982, been following Kentucky politics since then. And I worked in state government for 15 years, so I know a lot about how things work in Kentucky's government.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I have a lot of ideas that could really improve the democracy and the government and the way Kentucky does business.
So, since it's brand new, um, do you do you think you'll make an impact right off the bat?
Well, let me first say we have a few other people who are willing to run for various things. So
Good.
it's maybe four or five or perhaps six candidates in
Okay.
2026. but make a difference? Sure. I mean, making a difference in this country is really hard. But I think that this is probably the best way to do it. And so I was at a convention of a group I'm a member of, the Center for Political Innovation, um, last week or a week and a half ago in Chicago. And they invited me to speak at the convention about the Kentucky Party. And during my speech, I said, I think every state should set up, you know, an Ohio party, a Massachusetts party, a California party. Every state should follow this example, because the Green Party, well, I think it's wonderful. I voted for them every time they have a candidate that I can vote for, but their platform is huge, and they spend way too much time. They waste too much time, in my opinion, arguing within themselves about the platform. It's over 100 pages long, and ours is 7 pages.
Okay.
And the reason ours is so short is that when a voter, average voter, looks at well, what does this party stand for, and looks at a platform that's 100 pages long, they'll easily find, let's say it has 100 issues.
Right.
They'll easily find 5, 10, 15 issues where they hate what the party said.
Right.
They hate their position. And so, you know, before they found that many, when they find the first 5 issues that they disagree with, that's it. They don't read anymore.
Okay.
So the Kentucky Party, with only 2 issues, anti-war and anti-corruption, is not going to have that problem. We
Okay.
intentionally made it incredibly short so we don't run into the problem that the Greens, you know, the Democratic Party bylaws are vastly long. They're 100 pages. Libertarian, same thing. Republican Party, the same thing, and they're really horrible. I'd say the Republican and Democratic Party platforms at the national level, state level, county level are all horrible, really,
Mm-hmm.
really bad. They they're full of sneaky ways for a group of 5 or 6 people to dominate the party. They're all
Okay.
written to exclude challengers.
Okay.
And I don't know how intentional it is or whether it just happened over the decades that they all became that way.
Mhm.
But they are. Libertarian Party is not quite so bad, but it's 100 pages because it's too complex, or 30 page, whatever it is. It's too
Right.
long. They made it too complex. They set up too many committees, put them in the bylaws, you know, and that just makes it difficult to be fair and democratic to all of the members. The
So,
longer the longer a party's bylaws are, the more sneaky and unfair it is.
so do you have anybody running in November?
Of this year,
Hmm.
um, well, yeah, the folks I met. No, this year. Wait a minute. This year's 2025.
Right.
Okay, so no, Kentucky doesn't have any elections
Okay.
in 2025 except for oh, wait a minute. I'm getting confused here. Yeah, we don't have elections 2020 in odd number years. So in 2023, we had elections for 6 statewide positions: governor, secretary of state, lieutenant governor, the auditor, you
So
know,
you had people in your party running uh last time around.
2024.
I get
We didn't have a party yet.
okay.
We we we
Okay.
we had We had Jill Stein and Butch Ware. Those were
Okay,
the only people who ran
okay.
in the Kentucky Party in 2024 for president.
So
Our
next
only candidate.
the next election where candidates will be running is in what year?
2026.
Okay, okay. And what will those offices be?
Everything except basically governor and attorney general, except those six that are in
Okay,
odd years. Everything will be on the ballot. Obviously, if you've got a Senate term that lasts 4 years, only half of the Senate will be up for reelection. But every member of the Kentucky House, there's 100 of them, every one will be up for election in 2026, and half the senators.
okay. So I don't think, would you be able to get 100 candidates to run for this state legislature?
I wish, I
Okay,
wish, but I don't think that's realistic.
okay,
Well, because they have to file in like I think the last filing date is early January 2026. If we could
okay,
get, we want to get as many candidates as possible.
okay.
But 100 might be a little bit unrealistic.
So, when you do when you have candidates who are willing to run, would you come back and focus on the candidates with your candidates and talk about running in Kentucky?
Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
Appreciate that suggestion. Thank you.
Have you been contacted by other media outlets besides myself?
Media, yeah, local alternative media,
Okay,
but not mainstream. Not
right.
newspapers, uh, major radio show. I've been contacted by a lot of people, but a lot of them live in other countries.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So I'm happy to do interviews. It's just that we have a message that is kind of uncomfortable for the mainstream media to talk about.
Okay. So as your new party evolves, I'd love to have you come back on to talk about your new party and
Mhm.
introduce your candidates to our audience.
Wonderful. That's
Okay?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I should also mention another way to reach me is I set up another Facebook group for 2026. It's called Geoff Young, like it's spelled there in the caption there. Geoff Young for Kentucky House of Representatives
Okay.
2026. So
Okay.
if you
Great.
just put in Geoff Young for Kentucky, you'll probably find it on Facebook.
Okay, great. So you've been listening to Geoff Young, who's talking about his brand new party, the Kentucky Party. I'm Cynthia Pooler. This is Focus on the Candidates. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And if you like this show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, and we'll talk later.